Hello friends, and welcome back to another vlog. We have a short week this week because I lost a few days. I had a little medical interaction. I took a new medicine and it was not good for several days. So I'm all better now. So thinking about what I want to work on, and unfortunately I don't really want, actually it's not even unfortunately, I don't even care. There's no judgment associated with this. I just don't really want to work on a big project right now. I don't have one that's like screaming at me just yet. So I think I'm going to do very similar to what I did last week, which was try to get some organizing done and also get some things on the board done. So I hope you guys are down for the chaos vlogs because that's apparently what's going to happen. So let's go check out the board and see if we can set some goals for the next few days. All right, I got a task list that's doing some cabinets and some drawers. I need to send some fabric out to some people. A lot of people were asking me about the fabric that I pulled out of my cabinets from last week. Most of that has been earmarked for other people, so it's all taken. I'm sorry. For the people who actually wanted that stuff and were like, hey, can I have this? The answer is sadly no, because there are people who are going to get it, not just these two people, but other people too. I need to order the rhinestone thingy, so let me tell you what that is. I want to wear this butterfly dress that I have from Antiquity. I will put a picture of me and Sarai on the screen here so you can see what the butterfly dress looks like. I would like to bejazzle my butterfly dress, so I'm gonna order a rhinestone thingy, which means applicator. Like they have like it's a heat tool that like glues your rhinestones on, so I wanna order that so it's available and maybe get some rhinestones. So I definitely want to do some clean outs. I want to close the armholes of Merida for sure. We're gonna do that. Maybe some of these things. Maybe we'll fix our butt. That would be cool. People are now asking me what booby crescents are. So I was complaining about the stays that I just made and the fact that like my bosom does not fluff out of it. My bosoms want to go into completely separate directions at about a 90-degree angle from each other, directly towards like, not my armpit, but like out into the world. So they don't fluff very easily. So someone suggested that I watch a video by another person who basically made a little crescent shape pillow, let's just call it a pillow, and then inserted it with some stitches into their stays, and that helped fluff their bosom and keep them up. And so I might try that. It sounds like a worthwhile experiment, so that might be something that I do this week too. I don't know what else I'm gonna do on this list, but probably some of it. Here are things that I've added. Did I have the Halloween bustle dress on here last time? Maybe. I have one I want to work on. I actually kind of want to work on that now, but that's not really gonna happen because I need to buy some more fabric. I need to figure out what patterns I want to use. I need to like figure my stuff out with that. So yeah, we'll see. Brunswick, do want to make that for sure. The Musketeer outfit is, there's a Dumas event that is occurring in the GBACG later this year. I would like musketeer clothes, like boy clothes. So pants and a piratey shirt and a cool hat. Basically, I want to look like Puss in Boots from Shrek. Like that's peak Noel for that one. And then a fantail skirt that I've been wanting to make for a really long time. And I have a million piles of wool for that. And it's fast becoming warm in California. So if I'm going to make that, I should get on that. Okay, here is Merida's pilly green lining. I'm very happy to have that. So I went ahead and pinked the inside edges here so that I could go ahead and sew this straight down. There's absolutely not enough for me to tuck it under. So it looks like I probably trimmed this off at some point. This is not the look of freshly sewn lining. Like, I don't know, maybe it is, because look, there's that, and that indicates that I haven't trimmed it off. So there's a, maybe I have trimmed it off. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's not long enough to tuck under and then stitch down in many places. Like it's real close, like right here. So I'm going to do a crazy thing and try and zigzag the edges on my machine now, which I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to find out. This is when I wish I had an armhole on my machine because that would make this a lot easier, but I don't. So we're going to do it this way and find out how exactly that gets done. There's a lot of room in here, so it seems like it's possible. I would highly advise you to always zigzag all your edges before you make your costume instead of after, so as to not make yourself crazy. Did I do it here? I pinked the edges on this. I don't even remember what I was thinking. Okay, well, I'm gonna go zigzag these edges so that I can then hand stitch the armholes down. Okay, so we got that zigzagged. It was a little complicated, but not that bad. I did notice that the boning is coming up in this on this same spot on both places. So I'm going to go ahead and tack that down pretty hard before I close this up because I don't really want to deal with that later, and why not fix it now? Apparently I just mad one bobbin chicken because look at that was all that was left on this bobbin. It wasn't even on the bobbin, it was like actually stuck in the feed dogs of the machine. I'd apparently turned off my sensor to tell me that the bobbin was getting close to done, and this is what was left. So cool. I'm going to turn that sensor back on. Okay, we have sleeves, holes done up. This is what it looks like when it's inside out. You know, there's an edge. You can see it, but it's better than it being open, so I'll take it. So I'm very excited about that being done. Alright, so mirror to bodice stuff is all done. That's great. I also cheekily ordered the rhinestone thingy and many, many rhinestones because I'm hype on this. I just want to bedazzle everything. Alright, let's fix my butt. Here's my butt. It's a nice butt. I like my butt. It does wonderful things, but when I put it on, I used my machine to do this, and that was just like wildly inappropriate. So at least I am not a master of my machine enough to do this correctly. So I'm going to unpick this and re-sew this on. But also, these butt cheeks here are just slightly wider than my actual buttockle region. So I think what I want to actually do also is take out a width of this, which would mean opening this up, taking out the wool, sewing it down and putting the wool back in, possibly also reducing the amount of wool that's in there. So I think that's a thing that's going to happen here. So yeah, I'm basically going to take this thing apart and put it back together. Okay, as you saw, I got them completely taken apart. I flipped them inside out, and I'm going to just sew along this green line, which will take it about 1 inch off of each side of, or one side each of each buttock, and then curve it slightly more at the bottom, because that's a big problem, is the bottom is sticking out like way more on either side, because that's a real big problem that I have, is that my legs actually come, like, I mean, everybody's legs come in from their butt, but like mine sort of more so. So yeah, I don't got a lot back there, unfortunately. It's all on the front, unfortunately. I wish I could just take the stuff off the front and put it on the back. Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do here, and I'm making these essentially directional. So like this is the center of both of them. So of course I can just flip it over. So that's what I'm gonna do right now, and then I'm gonna restuff it. I don't think I'll use all of what is in each one of these, but I did try to keep them like vaguely separate. Okay, so now I have 2 slightly thinner and smaller bags with a more curved outer, let's call this butt cheek. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these to the skirts, probably just stitch them on the machine, and then I will cut a new piece of binding because that one got absolutely shredded in the destruction process. Not a big deal, that's fine. It's loosely knitted together cotton twill, so that was bound to happen. And then I'm going to hand sew that binding to the skirt pillow combination because I think that's going to have a lot more control. I'm not really good at like small fiddly stuff with my machine. I prefer the hands for that. And yeah, here we are. Okay, so this is a much more well constructed, at least top part here. I did a backstitch on the side that has the pillows and just felled down the front, and it looks really good and it's sturdy, and I tried it on and it is much better suited to the size of my own badongadonk. So we can call this project finished. Yay, one more thing done! I have some stuff that has arrived, so I thought I would share some of that with you that is pertinent. There is a couple things that are not pertinent that I might show you later that I'm super hype on. But yeah, let's talk about some things. I went to my PO box and picked up some cards. Thank you to everyone who sent cards. This one in particular is from a human called Renee, I think, and they just moved to Thailand, so they sent me this beautiful card with like a Thai traditional dress on it, which I thought was amazing and beautiful. So thank you, Renee. I also got this yellow nightgown handbook, and you'd think it was about a nightgown, and it is about a nightgown, but it's more like a gown you would wear at night. So like a formal sort of gown. Anyway, this place takes a gown and does like an entire book on the one gown that is, in fact, the gown. This is an earlier version of the gown. So, and they like look at historically how it was put together, and if it has been remade, they talk about that. It's like an in-depth dig down on this one gown. So maybe they've made it more than once, so this is their recreation of it. So they've recreated the gown and they show you step by step how to do that. So if you're interested in hardcore going deep on something, that is available to you. So it's called The Yellow Gown Handbook by M. Barker, and I had to order this from a website. This is not like an Amazon thing. So you can just do maybe a Google search on that. My bestie brought me my birthday presents, which were late because she had to order them from she hates Amazon, which many of you do. So if you hate Amazon, cool. If you don't hate Amazon, also cool. I have a million fights that I fight in my life. Amazon cannot be one of them. So I am choosing to embrace Amazon. Also, they pay me money. Anyway, she brought me these books, which I am super grateful for. They are in my Amazon store, should you be interested in having a look at these. The link is always down in my description box to my Amazon store. So this is the fitting book, which I really wanted to learn how to fit better. It has really simplistic but great illustrations on how to fit different garments. So I'm really hyped to get this book. Additionally, this book on draping, which looks amazing. I have two that I was interested in getting, and this is one of them. I would love to learn how to drape, so I'm gonna essentially take a class out of this book and do that. I know the question you're thinking of. Noelle, your bookshelf is completely packed. Where will you put these books? I don't know, friends. I don't know. I think I need to just get a shelf going for my electronic stuff, which is right there in one of these cabinets that's down below me, so that I can move more books on my bookshelf. Because I don't like not having space for more books. That also makes me stressed out. Like, not only do I want space for these, I also want space for a few more, should I want them. I'm not good at no. Like, I'm really bad at no. So if someone tells me no to something, or like I don't have any more space, or I don't have any more, I'm just like, no, that's not how that's gonna work. So I think probably the next thing I'm gonna do right now is clean out these two front cabinets so that I can make sure I get some space for that. The next thing is just the kindest thing ever. Christine is magnificent, and she gave me one of the Raccoon Pockets that she has been stitching out for people. It's a pocket kit, but it's the cutest thing. And also, she digitized Keanu. Like, she just was like, can I have a picture of Keanu? And I was like, okay. And then she digitized him for a matching pocket for me. So I am just like, I love this. All right, so here's the Raccoon Pocket, which is just so sweet and cute. And here's my little boy. I just love him. Oh, I'm so excited about this. This is so cute. I'm dying. Thank you, Christine. I love it. It's so cute. They're both so cute. I love both of them. I'm going to definitely wear them together. I need to obviously make them at some point. I need to put like kits on this list too because I have many kits to make. I still have dumpster fire pockets to make from like 2020, so yeah. Or was dumpster fire 2021? I also have Bernie Sanders pocket. I have all the pockets to make, and I have 1 million hussifs to make too, so that someday I'll make a video entirely just like me monotonously making these things for an entire week, and you guys will be like, why am I even watching this, Noelle? Okay, this has nothing to do with sewing or costuming even or anything, so this is just me basically not even humble bragging, just bragging. I am just so stoked on these. So I got these. So these are handbags that are wicker, and they are shaped like dinosaurs, and I am so hype. These come from a company called Wicker Darling. They basically only do pre-orders, and you have to pre-order them like 9 months before you're gonna get them. But in a weird twist of fate, they had one of these in a spares sale, and then right away they had 25 of these that they just manufactured and like hot sold before they opened it up for pre-orders, and I happened to get in on one of those. So these two came on the same day. They came from Australia. I'm just really stoked to have dinosaur bags. I am so excited. This lady, Charlotte Brontesaurus, is closer in time to us than she is to this Triceratops. These guys are separated by 85 to 90 something million years, and us and this guy are like 69 or something. So anyway, I am super excited. I hear the Jurassic Park theme song all the time in my head when I'm walking around with them. They are so cute. And yeah, they do hold like tons of stuff actually, like my phone, my wallet, all my stuff fits into them. So I'm super excited. They're so cute. All right, let's hit up these front cabinets. Like I said, I don't think a lot's going to come out of these piles because they're the stuff I really like. But I think if nothing else, they could be possibly more efficiently folded and put into these locations, because right now they're not efficiently folded in any way. They're taking up way too much space. So let's see what's in these. So yeah, not a lot came out. These two are obviously for a bustle dress. Wearing history, Lauren made this gorgeous dress, which is my favorite dress that I've ever seen anybody make. And it was using these two fabrics, and then I found them and I was like, do you care if I buy these? And she was like, absolutely not. I also got this teal and red stripe, and then I happened to find very good matches for companion pieces. I haven't decided if this will be a bustle dress or possibly an 18th century like situation. So like a jacket and two different matching skirts that I could trade off with. I have enough, I think, of both of these to make jackets and skirts of all of this fabric, so they could all mix and match. That's why I have an 18th century mix and match wardrobe on there. In that same vein, I have this shot teal, this shot purple, magenta, and this shot fuchsia. Actually, this isn't shot, this is just fuchsia, that I was intending on using for that purpose also. This mauve has nothing that goes with it, I just think it's lovely. Duh, I love this. This is the red spotty fabric everybody really likes, that I made a skirt out of. And I found this stripey and this plain that matches. I don't know how I found them, but I found them in the same day. I am hype on this combo. So I'm not sure, again, if this is going to be 18th century or Victorian. Probably Victorian. Meh. So these guys were never in question. Like, these two piles were never going to go anywhere. This is all small stuff. There's this, like, random peach that I don't know what I would use it for. So that is a contender. Let's start at the top. This is some cuts that Constance sent me, so I am in love with these, and I might make a Spencer jacket out of those. Here we have a couple of different grays, which are just useful to have around. A random black velvet, red stripy. I want to find out how much of this there is because I made a Spencer out of it, and I think this is only like a yard or two, although this would make a cute corset. This is Iron Man gold, and this is train dress gold. These are all fairly small cuts though, so they're not hard to store, but also not that useful. This is just a fairly simple brown. I don't even know why I have this or where it came from, but browns are useful. There is this like silvery color, which I find very interesting. And then there's this stripy green. This is like the third stripy green that I have in my collection. So I have a lot of this, and I'm not actually even sure about this. Like, do I love this? Maybe, maybe not. There is also more silk in the closet, and I think maybe some of this matches that. Maybe I should look at that. Sigh. I have this sari that was given to me by my friend Claudine that I'm not sure what will happen to that. I have, comments about it. This stripy also. This is like a mauve and taupe. Is that what you'd call that? I don't know. This is only a couple of yards, I think, but I'm never giving this up. Although, is this silk? Who can say? Doesn't feel like silk. Looks like maybe not silk. It's in 2 cuts. I'm not sure what this is. I kind of want to burn it. This is from the fabric for the Cheshire Cat. I love this, and I need to fix some stuff on the Cheshire Cat. I'm not even sure if I'm going to keep that costume. If I don't, this fabric will go with the costume to whoever gets the costume. So there's that. And this is Iron Man red. I have so much. I bought so much of it just to make sure I wouldn't lose it. I basically could make another Iron Man costume if I wanted to. This shot purple is not very much, and it may become my hair tie and waist tie for that witchy dress. Like, I like this purple for that. I want to see how much there is before I cut it up. If it's like 2 yards, yeah, I'll definitely cut it up. If it's like way more than that and I could make a skirt out of it, I might keep it. This fabric here is gonna get gotten away. This is from Train Dress, and I'm weirded out about getting rid of it because it's from Train Dress, but also I hate this fabric. It's like tissue taffeta. It's not my jam. But somebody else might really love it, so it's good to give it to somebody else. Okay, I did manage to get a cabinet back, and I do have some silks that are in 1 yard that are in the back cabinet that I could put here, or I could take these and put them in the back, and I also have a completely blank shelf back there, so I hate to break up the silk section. But I do want more space in the front, although front is easier to get to for fabric too, so maybe electronics go in the back, question mark? I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I also just confirmed that this is only a yard, so this is definitely going to become a sash and a hair sash. So I'm just going to leave this out because I'm going to use it shortly during this video. Okay, this is one of the ways you can tell when you're dealing with actual silk. It does this everywhere all the time. And these strands feel like wispy. Okay, so this pile is actually for corsets. These are each 1 yard, and they are from New York Designer Fabrics, and they're Duchess satin. So like this is the outside of it, but that's what color it actually is, and I'm like, hell yes. So I love these. I love that this one is like double-sided. I don't know how to deal with that. Like, this is the sexiest thing I've ever seen. Okay. And it's also like, I don't know. I think it was like $75 a yard, and I bought 1 yard of each, but it was on some crazy sale, so I only paid like $30 for each one. Oh, yes. Anyway, these are gorgeous. I love them. Do they need to go on this shelf? I don't know. Okay, this is just a bunch of silk that I'm gonna keep. That's essentially what happened. Here's some beautiful shot, like red to magenta, but it has turquoise in it. Like that's how you do it. So a lot of this I bought because I was watching Harlots, and look at the edge on this, man, that's slick. If you were to fray the edges, they would be teal. And a lot of the costumes on Harlots do that. So, and also if you were to like pink your edges and then fray them out a little bit on your trims, oh, that would be pretty. Anyway, so that's what I got there. Hey, here's some more tiny stripey. It's kind of in that same color vein. That's like taupe on mauve on taupe or whatever. Maybe these two fabrics go together. Maybe they're the same fabric. Maybe I bought the same fabric twice. That's possible. Hey, look, a green stripe. Guess what I like? I also like a pink stripe. This is like Dupioni. It's slubby, but I love it anyway. And also there's this, which I'm just like, wow. And if you look at this and then roll over here and look at this, you can see I have a thematic problem with pink plaid. This is gonna make one hell of a bustle dress someday. Like, whoa, I'm waiting for that guy. I have this shot, like Dupioni stuff. I don't know, it's purple and kind of goldy silver. I love it. It's beautiful. Here is some of this color, which is also shot. It's coming across as way more orange than it's like a little bit more browny red. I don't know. And hey, look, some acid green and lavender. Who would have expected lavender in this? But here's me. This and this might go together someday. There might be some inappropriately made 18th century clothes with some of this Dupioni. I don't know. People can like hate me in the comments. That's fine. I have this because I picked up some of it for a different color for a corset for Erica one day, and I was like, yeah, I like that for a corset. Or some stays. Like imagine some stays made out of that. Delicious. This is the brightest pink known to man. Like, can I just make your whole room bright? It's like glowing. I saw this and I was like, well, I have to have that. So cool. It is obviously some sort of Dupioni because it's a little bit slubby. Again, don't care. Want to make something cool out of it. And then these are the 3 stripes that I got in the LA Fabric District that everyone went gaga over. This would be a really good part of the ice cream dress. So that might happen. So with that, do these go together? No. I mean, a little bit, but not really. Okay. Here we have Watson. Still got a bunch of fabric. Still could probably make another dress out of it. Although this and this look really good together. So maybe this will become something here. I know I have this in a skirt and I have the jacket obviously from Watson, but so this is a skirt already. So I wonder if I made a top out of this, and I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I'll think about that. This guy. And then this is like crazy because it is also, God, it feels like nylon. I need to burn this for sure. It's like a Duchess satin also. It's very heavy and very thick, and it's ombre. Not really sure about this or what I'm going to do with it, or if I'm going to keep it or what, but I'm going to keep it for now for sure. Okay, so here are the 2 fabrics I am considering releasing from my hoard. This one, which I think is really beautiful, and I might keep it, but I don't know. I'm not like as gaga over. I'll probably keep it for now. We'll see. We'll see. I just am not like crazy in love with it. Let's put it that way. Okay. And then here's this. So I got this on a Fancy Styles Fabrics situation. I also realized, and this might suck for some of you who go to those Fancy Style Fabric internet sales that they have. First of all, this fabric is available at Home Fabrics for I think $12 a yard or maybe $14 a yard. And Fancy Styles gave it to me on sale for $20 a yard. So they're just going, and they're in LA too, they're just going to the LA Fabric District, buying it, and then shipping it to you and making $6 off of it. You can call Home Fabrics and just get them to send you this. Also, this isn't what I ordered. And also, it took them 4 months to send it to me, and every single person that was in my group of people buying this stuff, like, basically either never got their fabric, or they got it, like, 5 months later. So, I kind of hate them. I think they're a scam and a ripoff. Like, their fabrics are too expensive. You can get them for significantly cheaper. Yes, they're beautiful. Yes, you can get them And I understand that like not everyone lives near LA. Oh my god, I've been looking for that headband all day. Sorry. Anyway, so you can get these fabrics elsewhere for cheaper. And yeah, I understand that not everybody lives near the LA Fabric District. I mean, I don't. I live 500 miles from it, and I still managed to get there. But I just think they're a ripoff, and they charge too much money for what they're giving you, and they don't even stock it. They like go get it from the Fabric District and then sell it to you at a significantly increased cost, and that just kind of makes me cranky. So I'm never going to buy from them again. I don't endorse them in any way. I think they're a scam and a ripoff. They actually, like, I had to, like, essentially threaten with my credit card company in order to get them to send me anything, and this isn't what I asked for. And when I sent them a thing saying this isn't what I asked for, they sent me back the listing, and they had changed the picture, because this isn't what I bought. Like, this is not something I would ever buy. So, cool. Not a big fan of these people. Anyway, I hate this. I paid 20 bucks a yard for it. It's like, I think 12 yards or something, and I think I'm just gonna give it away because I don't want it. Okay, back to this conversation. I think my issue with this is this feels like a couch to me. This feels like a very nicely covered couch. And I know that, like, there's plenty of fabrics that go on people that look like couches. I just, like, I don't know. I'm gonna think about it. Meanwhile, I'm gonna try to put all this other fabric back in some sort of, like, better way. Let's try that. I forgot to mention, and why this looks so good next to that, it is double-sided. And it is basically that. So, yeah. I guess my instincts were right. The Brunswick might be really cute out of this. Okay, considering that I didn't actually remove anything but really that one cut of fabric, I did put the stripy stuff in here for now. I did really good. So I definitely have a shelf that I can use, so that's great. I guess my question for me right now is really, do I want to move some of the other silks that are in the back to the front? Probably yes. Then I might use that space to put some of the linens that are downstairs back upstairs, which would help, and maybe help clean out some of the stuff that I have in bins in the garage that I don't actually have space for. So we'll see. Okay, these two things have just happened, so that's good. In somewhat bummer news, I found out that Baba Yaga picnic thing is at 11 a.m. in the East Bay. That's not where it's at. Like, why would you do a fairy thing not at night? Like, that seems weird. Like, it's a folktale, fairy tale, and fairy party. Like, and you're doing it at 11 a.m. in the East Bay. So anyway, it's 11 a.m. That would mean I'd have to leave my house potentially before 10 a.m. There is in fact a 10 o'clock in the other side in the morning, which I was not aware of. Anyway, and in order to get like makeup and wig and dress and all that, I'd have to get up at like 8. That is approximately 45 minutes after I go to sleep. So like, I am not going to that event. So there's no real reason to bedazzle my butterfly dress, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm not doing it right now, obviously, because I don't have the bedazzler, but it should come tomorrow. Okay, so since I have this purple out, I can make my sash and my hair sash, so that's cool. So I'm gonna figure that out. All right, so this is 66 inches wide, which is great. I am going to use it on the cross grain and then cut 8-inch widths, and I'm gonna cut out 3 of those. And then I'm gonna use my hem roller foot, which I'm not very good at yet because I don't usually use that, and use this to practice that, and roll a hem into all of it. Sew them together, and then I will have a sash that I can tie around twice on my black chemise à la reine. And then I think this is 36 inches, and if so, that will leave 24, so I'll have another 12, so I'll do 2 6-inch wide lengths and use that as a hair ribbon thing that I can weave into my hair and stuff. Okay, so we have this thing done. I practiced with my hemming foot, and I think I'm getting better, although clearly not perfect, as you can see right there. I French seamed the joins between the two, and then I started doing the end like 1 million different times, and it never looked good enough for me, so then I just basically hand filled it down so that that's the end of it. I tried fringing it, I tried using the hemming foot on it, I tried a million different things. They didn't really look good. I tried a different way to hem it with just a running stitch. Nope. So tiny fowl it was. So that is all done. I still need to make the hair tie, but it is 3:45 in the morning, so I think tonight I'm gonna call it. But I do have to say that almost everything you've seen today so far in this video has been done in the last 24 hours. I think the armholes got finished about 24 hours ago, so everything since then. Donezo. Cool. So we'll come back tomorrow and definitely make that hair sash and see what else we want to do. Hello, it is the next day, and I actually don't have a ton of time today. It's pretty late actually already. I spent a bunch of time cleaning up my garage. I had a major catastrophe happen with my garment rack that's in my garage. It just like shattered the entire, it's fabric. The whole, like I touched it and it just like dissolved on contact. Like the entire thing just shattered and fell apart. So I replaced it, and I did a bunch of like cleanup in my garage because like once I'm going in there I might as well, you know, make my garage 10% better. So that's what I did. So what I am gonna do today is look at my two front drawers. Sorry, I'm walking around them. This one right here and this one right here. This one contains like corsetry supplies, grommeting, boning, boning channels, that kind of stuff. I doubt anything will come out of that drawer. It might just be a case of cleaning it up a little bit. This one, probably not a lot will come out, but it is my main like buttons, hooks and eyes, tapes, so there's freezer paper in there, like all my spray stuff is in there, like spray starch and stuff like that. Like that kind of stuff is in there. So it's not really a misc drawer because I have another drawer for that, but this is definitely like a very actively working out of drawer that I might move some stuff out of. Like there's no reason all this ribbon needs to be in here. I have a ribbon basket for that, so I might make more room out of it. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys this like somewhat weird side view because I can. I'm really liking all of those tripods I have at the moment because they're making stuff like this possible. Okay, so these ribbons can come out and go into a ribbon basket. These are mostly like just things I use very rarely, but yeah. Anyway. Okay, so I also have these like velvet covered buttons that I bought pre-made, but they're like, now that I think about it, they're not really something I think I would use. I prefer fabric covered buttons whenever possible, but usually matching, so I think I'm gonna get rid of these. These are fabric covered poly buttons. I'm gonna keep these because I think they're kind of useful. Let me get all the air out though. I'm like pretty satisfied with the way that this thing is laid out, like where everything is in it, although I don't know why this is here. It's probably because it used to be there. Here's all my pattern weights. Those are pretty in good spots. These I hardly use ever, so I'm not sure how I feel about those. Let's get these sort of sorted better. So, should I put these next to each other so they're less aggressive? Cool. So let's assume we're going to keep these, but I'm not sure where what. These are some sort of button that I don't fully understand, so I'm going to get rid of those. This is seam tape, which I think is stitch witchery, so is this. So we are going to keep these. I'm just going to move a few things out of the way, and I think this is stitch witchery too. I have never used any of these. I'll probably keep them anyway, but okay. So let's figure out what's going on here. These are the same, like, just satiny colored black buttons, but smaller. So I'll probably keep these as well. I might find a jar for them because they're kind of easier to maintain in a jar. I don't really need those. Here's some bone button molds, which I got from Burnley and Trowbridge, and I am into these. So cool. Buttons. These have little stars on them. They look like Captain America buttons. I mean, I don't love them, but I also don't hate them, so I'm going to keep them. These are for making fabric covered buttons. The molds, do I need that many? No. And then I keep my, like, these are hooks and eyes, really big ones, but I keep them in old spice jars. So this is clips. So this one is black hooks and eyes. Do I need it to be in a bottle this big? No, I don't. Should I go downstairs and see if I have a smaller one? Probably. So these are also for fabric covering your buttons. I guess that's what these are also. So are these things that I am excited about? Not really. I have a lot of these things that I've gotten in, like, people getting rid of their stuff. And this is for the back of a vest. These are a bunch of Victorian buttons. I really like these. These are really cool. Yeah, some of those. More for fabric covering. These are just ribbons. Alright, so let me put these in some sort of order that makes any kind of, not order, but stack them neatly. This is a glue. Alright. So, what if we did this? Okay, for people wondering what this is, it's a pair of scissors sharpener. Cool. Are we keeping these buttons? I mean, I do fabric cover buttons. I guess I'll try them at least once before I decide that I don't want them. Let me put them in here somehow. Cool. This method of stacking things does not seem like a good idea. Now that I'm doing it actively. Okay. Cool. And these definitely, like, spill out all over the place. Alright, so then I have this bag, and it's entirely of hooks and bars and, like, snaps. This kind of bag sort of stresses me out. This is like, people have gotten rid of these things from their collections and, like, given them to me, or I got them in some lot from eBay. I don't know. Despite the fact that I ask people not to send me things in the mail, they send me this kind of thing all the time, which is exactly why I ask people not to send me packages in the mail unless you tell me what it is. And then they end up putting this kind of thing in with the thing that they sent me, and I'm like, stop that. So I have too much of this, but it is what it is. So, this is more hooks and eyes. These are giant hooks. I don't know what I think about this yet. So, these are some more buttons, clips, some glue. These are actually for fabric covering buttons. These are ye olde safety pins. This is what safety pins used to look like. So, have I ever used these? No. Do I think I would? Not really. Do I want to keep them anyway? Kinda. Okay, so this thing is entirely full of elastic and this, like, hem tape kind of stuff, which is not something I'm really thinking I'll use. I might use this particular elastic right here. So I might keep this particular elastic right here, and I think I'm going to get rid of this entire thing. This one is all bias binding, and I do use this from time to time, so I am going to hang on to that. Okay. Is this out of place where I can put things back in? Oh, these are razor blades. Do I need razor blades frequently? No, but am I going to keep that anyway? Yes, I am. And here we are with the other drawer, which is corsetry supplies. Alright, this is a lot of synthetic whalebone. Does it fit in one inside of another? No. Cool. Here's more, actually. And I should probably actually tie these off too. Some regular boning. This is just tape. And this is just tape. And this is for boning channels. This is to make a bustle cage. This is also tape. This is also boning channel. Okay, I gotta stop ordering boning channel. This is for hat making, actually. It's millinery wire. Still kind of belongs in this drawer though, as you can see. This is featherweight boning. This is the smallest tape. More tape. More boning. This is double bone, like a wire. It's a full roll of it. That's good to know. This is more millinery wire. Noted, I don't need that. I don't know why I would keep this. Or really this. And this is obviously boning too. That needs to get held down better than it is. These are bones. Double wide bones. Here's a busk. Really pointy awl. Lacing strips, and then all kinds of hook and eye tape, like by the Kajillionaire. These are covers for your busk closures, so like they lock in on top of these so you can make them decorative. More tape. These are grommets. More grommets. I think these are garters. And these are 18th century dress pins, which are terrifying because they look like nails. Like, I don't understand how anyone thinks that you could put this in a silk gown and feel okay. Like, that would ruin your clothes. Sigh. I don't even, like, I don't want this. Okay, so when you saw me pull out all those tapes, it's because I have this whole basket that is like full of tapes and brush braid and stuff like that. And that goes under here in my cubbies. Lest anyone think that I could possibly put that under my table, everyone can stop telling me to do that. Because A, it's dark and I would want to see my thread better than that. And B, it is full already. So they all went into the obvious place where they should go. Really, that hook and eye tape should probably go in here too, but there's too much stuff in here already, so we're just going to call this good. But this drawer looks significantly more tidy now, so I am very happy with how it is at this point. Okay, so this is done. I do have drawers in the back, and they are full of random things that don't have a home. So maybe I'll tackle those later this week. We'll see. So that was at least a good small project for me to get something done and call it good. Hello, it is Friday. We have a bit of a mess on our hands. I filmed a Costume in Color today, so I have to clean up this mess. I also got a bedazzler because you guys remember when I ordered it, it's already here. It came in a pouch, so that's great. And I ordered like 1 million rhinestone crystals. Here are crystals I can't use. So they come in like this kind of packaging, which doesn't make it seem like you got a ton, but there's like 46,000 crystals. No, it's not 4,600 probably crystals in there. There's a lot. Anyway, 0 of these crystals are hot fix. These are like glue it your own damn self, which I am not into, although these will work better if you want to glue it to something that's like plastic. You can't use your hot fix tool on anything that's like plastic because it'll melt it, or like thermoplastics or whatever. Like, so if I wanted to glue to Warbla, I couldn't use the other kind that I have with the little wand, which I would show you if this bag was open. Wait, maybe. I'm learning how to be an Instagrammer, a YouTuber. What is this platform? Okay, here's a whole bunch more rhinestones. I have so many rhinestones. You want clear? We got your clear. Do you want, oh, that went down. Rainbow? I got rainbow. Anyway, you get this like wand thing, which looks like other wands one might have in one's life. So anyway, you put little tips in this, and then you just turn it on to get it hot, obviously, because it's an iron, and then you just put your little gem down, and you right on top of that and hold it there for like 10 seconds, and then the thing is bedazzled and it looks like this. And I tried picking on this for quite some time, and these guys aren't really coming off very well, so I feel solid about its adherence, so that's great. Anyway, I was in a drunken on Swarovski crystals rage on Amazon and bought these, and these are not hot fix. You must glue them. So I have some that are hot fix coming, and now I have green gluable ones. So if I ever have anything I want to make green that is plastic or something, then I'm all set. Anyway, I need to clean up this whole mess, and then I want to make the hair sash at the very least. Anyway, I want to make my hair sash tonight for sure, and then I think I might want to start fixing my 18th century. Ooh, that's going to be a complicated editing process because I started fixing it like months and months ago, and then I had to take it back to Nicole and Abby and be like, wait a minute, what am I supposed to do here? So I have some footage from like literally 9 months ago where I did some of the fix already. I just need to finish the rest of it. So I'm sure once I get started, it's not going to be a big deal, and I just got confused at the time, but I put together like at least 2 more garments that are 18th century since then, so I have a better grasp on what needs to happen here. So anyway, clearly I am just prattling on and not doing this hair thing. Oh, speaking of things to just distract myself with, I'm just gonna sell you this and then I'm gonna go do the hair thing. I was thinking about that Halloween dress I wanted to do, and I have that fabric that has got spiderwebs on it that I thought was super cool, and I had that dress in my brain, and the more that I think about this, like, the less that fabric is in the image of what I want to make, and the more something else is. Like, I kind of want to try fabric manipulation. I've been looking at a lot of stuff about fabric manipulation, just like tucks and pleats and different kinds of smocking, stuff like that, tearing to some extent. So now I don't know what I want to do with it, and I don't know if I want to now make 2 different dresses or if I want to make one dress and have it have this spiderweb stuff or not. Like, I'm no longer sure. It's definitely like in that ballpark. It's definitely the Halloween dress. It's more like alphaba-y, not the dress shape or anything. It's still a bustle dress for sure, but like how fabric manipulated her dress is. Do you guys know what Elphaba is even? It's from the musical Wicked. For those of you who don't know, if you look up Elphaba with a PH instead of an F, in the Elphaba, like elephant, like that, you will see pictures of her black dress, and it's very fabric manipulated. It's an awesome dress. Like, I've seen people recreate it and it's just the craziest amount of work. But I have a few ideas. It's also sort of a little bit inspired by the Sorcerer Supreme from Doctor Strange, like just that kind of fabric manipulation. I don't know, I've got a lot of things going on in my head, and I don't even know if that makes it necessarily a Halloween dress, or maybe I have more than one dress in my head. Maybe I need to experiment with some samples. I think there's going to be like an entire video of me just making different samples of things and being like, do I like this? How do I transfer this into a pattern piece? So anyway, I've been thinking about that a lot. A couple late nights just laying in bed pondering fabric manipulation, so we're gonna see. I remember my grandmother going through a fabric manipulation phase when I was little, so I'm like, oh, I've gotten to where she was. That's great. I can see my path being the path that she also walked, so that's great. So I don't know. I'm just thinking a lot about it. I'm thinking about a lot of the materials I want to use. I am gonna go to Disneyland at the beginning of March. No, not the beginning. Like March 10th, I think, is the day that we're going. But that weekend I have an opportunity to go to the Fabric District in LA for like a couple hours, maybe. Like, we're gonna get there late, so I don't know what'll be open. But it might let me wander around the Fabric District and check out what fabrics are available there, and like maybe when I get my hands on some fabric that would help. I don't know. I'm ruminating. I am starting the process of ruminating on whatever that project is, and that project will be a big deal when it happens. I also want to make sure that I don't just make the bodice, the jacket, to be like the cool thing, and then the skirt is just plain, because I have a million plain skirts. So like, let's figure out a way to really kick that up a notch too. So yeah, I'm pondering it all. Okay, we have a hair thing. It's 4 inches wide, tiny hemmed, and then I just hand did the hems on the ends. And it's 2 pieces together that's about 100 inches wide. I have mad poofy funny hair right now. Anyway, okay, so it's Friday night, so I think I should probably cut this guy off. I was actually expecting this to be shorter, so it is what it is. Anyway, I think next up, for next week, I'm going to start stitching my 18th century dress that I brought to France back together, because it was taken apart by Abby and Nicole and pinned together, but it's not sewn together. So I think I'll probably do that. I started doing that like 9 months ago, so I have some like distant footage about that dress that I sewed 1 or 2 seams so far with. So I just need to put the shoulder straps back in and like figure out that kind of stuff. So I think I'm going to probably start next week with that, get those things done. Tomorrow I have a photography workshop, because one of the things I wanted to do with this year was get better at photography, specifically like people photography. I want to be able to take pictures of other costumers in costume really well. My husband has a fairly bougie camera. It's a Canon 5D Mark IV and some spectacular lenses. So I'm gonna go take a workshop on how to photograph like models and stuff. So we're gonna see how that goes. Hopefully they'll teach me how to like help pose people, because I'm really bad at posing me and other people. I'm also doing this so I can learn how to take self-portraits. Like, you have to learn how to take a picture of someone else before you can learn how to take a picture of yourself. So I'm gonna do that. Let's go cross this off the board. All right, so we got armholes done, we got butts fixed, we got sashes done, we got our task list done, including a bunch more clean out stuff. I think next week I'm gonna work on the back drawers for my table. So those are these drawers, but in the back side, because there's 2 more. And then I might start on these drawers also, because they really need to clean out. There's some stuff in here I'm pretty sure can just go somewhere else. Anyway, I hope you guys are enjoying small project bonanza, which is what's happening right now while I figure out what my next big project is. I'm definitely like ruminating on it, so I'm feeling like it's coming. I can tell it's coming, but I just don't know when it'll be here, so I'm just gonna continue getting things done until it's here. Normally I would like just not film videos and I would work on things and not show you guys or not hang out or whatever, so I might as well film some videos, let you guys hang out and see what's going on. So that's what's going on there. I am listening to A Discovery of Witches, which is my book of choice at the moment. mostly on the recommendation of you guys and also my friend Constance, who's like super into that. So I started watching the TV show and I thought I was gonna be able to watch the 2 seasons that already exist because the third one is either like just out right now or coming out very shortly. But Amazon only had season 1 and then now it's on some like Peacock or something that you have to pay for. So I'm gonna wait until it's somewhere else later that I can watch it. So I did see season 1. I like the books better so far, although it is kind of like adult Twilight-y a little bit. Although less annoying for sure. But I am enjoying it, so that's okay. And I will run through these books, I'm sure. I am watching the Olympics a lot. I'm spending a lot of time watching that, so sometimes the reason I don't get up here until super late is because I am like, snowboarding's on, or like, you know, ice skating finals are tonight, or whatever. So I'm enjoying that. And also I'm watching the Janet Jackson biography documentary series that's on, I want to say like Lifetime. I don't know. I have Sling, so I just slinged it. So I'm watching that, and that is fascinating. Let me tell you, I love Janet Jackson. I've always loved Janet Jackson. Actually, my first album that I ever bought with my own money was Michael Jackson's Bad, and then I think the first tape I ever bought was possibly like Rhythm Nation. So yeah. Anyway, lots of E with Michael Jackson, but I feel like Janet has gotten a bad rap in life. She deserves so much better than she's gotten. That whole Super Bowl fiasco that like canceled her from the world, and none of that was her fault. Like, come on now. So anyway, she deserves better from us. She deserves better. She's a beautiful human. So I'm watching that documentary, and it's something, let me just tell you. So if you have Lifetime, you could watch it also. Anyway, I will see you guys next week with another video, starting out with a lot of hand sewing, probably. Some of which got filmed 9 months ago, and I have no idea how I'm going to edit that video together. So I guess I gotta go look at that footage and see what I filmed, because I can't imagine that was too compelling. But yeah, that dress was super slouchy, and they unslouched it for me. So it's just a matter of getting it back together, and I have constructed a couple of 18th century gowns since that time, so I feel like I got this time. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I hope you guys are having a great week. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Leave me comments down below. Let me know how you're doing, what you're working on, what you're listening to, what you're reading, all that kind of stuff. Anything you got to recommend so far? How was your February? My February's okay so far. Like, I got sick for the first week, but the second week was alright, so I'm feeling okay about it. And hopefully next week's gonna be awesome. Slightly, hopefully less busy than this week was, because this week was very busy. I know I'm gonna finish my fan with Lynn on Tuesday. Tuesday is the day that we're gonna do that, so hopefully I will be able to show you my new fan completed. Hi, I can use English. It's time to go now. Okay, love you, bye.